This is an IRLP tutorial on how to use WICD or WICD to set up your network settings, be it wired or wireless. WICD is an open source network adapter configuration tool for Linux. It's a tool that IRLP has chosen to make the configuration of network adapters easier for node owners. One helpful use of WICD is to configure wireless network connections easily without complex configuration files. WICD is only supported on Debian-based IRLP systems. It's possible to add it to the older ones, but it would be easier if you were operating on Debian. If you do not have it installed, you install it using the command apt-get space install space wicd-curses. This command will attempt to install WICD curses on your node, so you'll either install the program or inform you that it's already installed. In early 2016, WICD was installed by default on all Debian IRLP nodes, including PyRLP and embedded nodes. As you can see here, it says it's already at the newest version. Just a caution, if you're configuring WICD or WICD, it should be done on the console of the computer and not remotely via an SSH connection. There's a possibility you can make an error in the configuration and lock yourself out of the node, requiring physical access to the computer to fix it. This example is being done using an SSH connection, so I'm not able to show its full functionality. All the commands in this tutorial need to be run as the root user. The root user is required when making changes to hardware on the node. Before you start using WICD, it's important to understand the current network setup of your node. You must know the current IP address, subnet mask, gateway IP, and DNS settings before letting WICD handle your network adapters. To find this information, we use two commands. The first one is ifconfig. Now on this, I'm looking for my IP address. So here it shows my IP address is 192.168.5.120. And I want to know the subnet mask, shown here, mask 255.255.255.0. The next command that I want to run is route -n, space -n. This shows me my gateway IP address, and that is 192.168.5.1. You're going to want to write these down. The last thing I want to look at is my DNS servers. I find that by typing cat space /etc/resolve.conf. In here is listed 3 names servers by IP. These are mine. You can choose to use them if you want, or you can use the ones that you have provided. You're going to want to write all this information down. The next thing you have to check is that the manual configuration of your network card does not contain anything. So this one I know for sure only contains these 2 lines, auto LO and iFace LO iNet loopback, and this is in the file etc network interfaces. You may see entries in here for ETH0 or WLAN0. You're going to want to delete those entries so that only these 2 lines that you see here, auto LO and iFace LO iNet loopback, are shown in this file. To use the program, we log in as root and we type the command wicd-curses. Now this is a graphical interface similar to ALSA Mixer. To navigate, we use the up and down arrows to choose between our wired networks and our wireless networks. So if I want to go to the configuration screen for this wired adapter, I use the right arrow and it takes me to the configuration screen here. Now what I want to do here is I want to set a static IP address here. So I'm going to check this box, use static IPs. The IP address I'm going to set, I'm going to choose, so I'm going to use the IP address that was assigned to me by the router, by DHCP. Except I'm going to change it. So I want to go in here and I'm going to make this .70, for example. The net mask I'm going to copy from what I had before, 255.255.255.0, and the gateway remains the same. Now on this one, it's already set my static DNS. For this DNS domain, I want to put in the command ip.irlp.net, leave the search domain alone, and then I want to enter in the DNS servers, at least 2 of them. You can leave the third one blank, that I had from my etc resolve conf file earlier. Now once you have all this information and you want to save it, you press F10 to save it, and that takes you back to the main screen. Now if you wanted to assign that, you would use the capital C connect command and it would change the IP address. Now I don't want to do that because I'm on SSH. As soon as I did that, it would dump my connection. I'm just going to show you real quick too with the wireless settings. So I just configured the wired adapter, but I can also configure the wireless adapter. So below the wired networks, you'll see wireless networks if you have a wireless card in your IRLP node. This one happens to have both. So I'm going to configure this one showing here as IRLP test. Again, you can choose a static IP address, which I'm going to do, and I'm going to 168.5.80 255 oops 255.255.255.0. gateway again is 192.168.5.1, and here again ip.irlp.net. DNS servers, I'll use Google's DNS servers. Now the difference is down below here, you'll see use encryption. So by default, the encryption comes up as a hexadecimal WPA key. This is where I want to highlight this, hit the enter key, and I want to actually choose a passphrase because my Wi-Fi is protected with a passphrase. So you type in my passphrase for my Wi-Fi network here. Now again, I would press F10 and it would take me back to the main screen to save it. Now I cannot connect to this because again I'm on SSH, but you get the idea. So that is how I set a static IP in WICD for both a wired and a wireless setup. To quit WICD, you use the Shift Q. So notice how all the commands below are a capital, so capital H help, capital K for RF kill, capital C for connect. So to quit, I have to use a capital Q. That's the tutorial.